Good morning, everybody. This is Tom at Talent Guitar Works, and I'm here with buckets of water to put that fire out on the internet from this weekend when Fender posted its certified pre-owned guitar sales, and people lost their minds. And why did they lose their minds? Well, part of it is Fender's fault, I'll admit, and that's don't name something after something else that it's not. And certified pre-owned started out, I believe, with car dealerships where, you bought your car from them, they serviced your car, and then you traded your car in, and then they inspected your car, and they put a warranty back on it instead of certified pre-owned. Yeah, that's not what's happening. Fender is not buying back guitars from Fender customers. They're not going door to door saying, sell me your old Strat. And they're not taking trade-ins on guitars as far as I know at the factory. So how is this happening? Well, you have to examine the industry and how it's changed in the last decade. And we have more and more guitars being shipped. And more guitars being shipped means more and more guitars are being damaged. It used to be that they would ship your guitar to the dealer. That was the risk point, and they shipped the dealer a bunch of guitars at one time where they could cellophane them all together if they needed to for protection, and there was very little risk or less risk involved in that than shipping to the dealer and then to a distribution center and then have the distribution center ship all over the world to consumers. So I looked at some of the stats, and one of the websites said that 1 in 10 guitar boxes is damaged in shipping, just the box. And they estimated that 1 in 100 guitars are damaged in shipping. Now, this is all guitars worldwide. And some of the import guitars aren't packaged as well, and some are packaged better than the American dealer guitars that are traveling inside the United States. I've seen that. And some guitars are packaged inside a hard case and then inside a cardboard box. Some are double boxed, some are packaged with padding and nothing inside two boxes. Some are, in a gig bag inside a box and then double boxed. And it just depends on the manufacturer and how they're shipping it. Anyway, what is happening is more guitars are being damaged. So Fender produces about 225,000 units per year, and Gibson about 170,000. So those units get shipped, and I'm going to make an estimate and say 3% get damaged where they're returned. And 3% of 225,000 is 6,750 guitars. Now, Fender, back in the day, would leave those guitars sitting on the side. They would cannibalize them, repair them, incinerate them, cut them up for calls and door stops, take any parts off that they could use for anything else, display purposes or bookshelves, and that was it. That was the end of the guitar. They might fix the guitar and put it back out. Likely, it's going to wind up in a dumpster, or it was going to wind up in an incinerator. In 1993, a company opened up in Franklin, Tennessee called MIRC. They're about 25 miles out of Nashville. And MIRC has a bunch of luthiers, techs, repair people, and they buy, or they're contracted to buy these warranty guitars from the manufacturers. They bring the guitar in, they refurbish the guitar, they get the guitar in perfect playing order. And with Fender now, this is going to be the first time there's going to be a 1-year warranty on these guitars leaving MIRC. Now, anybody that's in the musical business, if you would have said, there's a shop in Franklin, Tennessee selling certified pre-owned Fenders, it's the only one I can find, everybody would have said that's MIRC. Well, they just moved to Laverne, Tennessee, 17 miles from Franklin and still 25 miles or whatever from Nashville. So they cross town, maybe a bigger facility, who knows. Well, and then people were like, well, they're a bunch of cutthroats and scavengers. Well, they're not. What they are is they're providing a great service that's needed to both the manufacturers and the consumers. They're taking a guitar that would have wound up in a landfill and would have pushed your price point up had so many units been damaged per year. They're going to adjust their price, right? Well, now that guitar is going to get refurbished, it's going to get sold, and a consumer is going to get that guitar at a cheaper price. Now, one of the things that people were screaming about was one of the guitars was a Fender Strat. It was only $29 less than list. And they said, well, you get a 2-year warranty for $21 more. Yes, you will. And you only get a 1-year warranty at $29 less. Yes, you will. But your guitar was just gone over by MIRC, and it could have been a very minor thing that was failed in that guitar. Now, a guitar repairman, a luthier in Florida, makes about $60 an hour average and up from there. And I don't know what they make in Tennessee, but they got to pay these people. They got to cover the facility, so don't scream. They're not selling the guitars for above the manufacturer's advertised price. And you notice I said that instead of MSRP, because MSRP isn't a thing anymore in the guitar world. It's MAP. Now somebody's going to say, well, my buddy got a guitar from a dealer less than, yep, you can do that. Sure can. You could trade them. You could do lots of things as long as it's not advertised. And the advertising side of it, where companies would try and run the mom and pops out of business by slashing sales or slashing prices on sales to get them down there. They don't allow those predatory practices anymore. So now there's a MAP, not an MSRP. And as long as you don't advertise it, you can give the guitars away. The dealer or the manufacturer does not care. Just don't advertise you're giving them away. And it devalues the guitar when you do that. So, having said all that, MIRC, give them a chance. Like I said, they're in Laverne, Tennessee, and it's not this one guy with a guitar shop over there that's trying to cheat you out of money or something. It's a whole business that's been running since 1993. I've seen the guitars that come out of there. I may even become an MIRC dealer in the future. And let me put it this way. An MIRC dealer has access to brands that he could not put, or she could not put in their shop economically. Some of these manufacturers want you to carry $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 of product. Some rural shops cannot do that. Some shops are not going to compete against Sweetwater and other places and say, yeah, I can move that much product. And we see that with closures of like Sam Ash, and I'm sure Guitar Center's getting close to the brink again. So it kind of protects or provides for that small dealer and allows them to get some products in there that could be sold more effectively, cheaply. And it also gets them out to kids who are learning and may not have an opportunity to buy that guitar because it was priced out of their league. So, this is Tom at Talon Guitar Works. Be kind to MIRC. Fender Promotions, your people that came up with that idea, good idea, bad name. Man, change the name of that. So anyway, remember, only half of my ideas are any good. You got to decide which half. Have a great week.